Hello, Lakeview 7th graders. This is Mrs. Day, and I am here to talk to you guys about scheduling for 8th grade. I know it's hard to believe that it's that time of the year, but we are here. So, teachers, if you have not passed out the course of selection sheets, go ahead and pass those out because the students can fill them out as we go. So first thing, students, you need to put your name and you need to put your social studies teacher's name and period. So you might write Reed 2nd or Murphy 7. So that way when you turn these into the office, we can get them back to you when we're in your social studies class next Thursday and Friday, putting these into Power School. And then you're going to take this paper home. You're going to share it with your parents. You're going to let them know what we talked about today. They can watch the video at home if they want to. And then they're going to sign it and you're going to bring it back in and you're going to turn it into the office. And we'll go over those details at the end of this presentation also. So all 8th grade students take the following courses. Just like in 7th grade, everybody takes math, language arts, science, and social studies. In 8th grade, you're going to take writing, and that is a one semester class, so kind of like reading and literature your 7th grade year. You take writing your 8th grade year. So if you turn your paper over, on the back you'll see the sheet that you're going to fill out. So we put in math, language arts, science, and social studies for you, since those are all year for all 4 quarters. The first decision you're going to have to make is, do I want to take health and wellness for one semester, or do I want to take personalized health and wellness for the full year? It's like in 7th grade, you had the option if you wanted to take total wellness for the whole year, or for you just wanted to take health and PE for one semester. You have that same choice in 8th grade. If you take personalized health and wellness and PE, you need to make sure that you are committing to it for the full year, because we do not allow students to drop this after the first semester or after quarter 3. So you need to make sure that if you're signing up for personalized, that you're in it for the more intense workouts, the more hands-on projects, and you're going to do it for the entire year. Once you make that decision, put an X either here or for personalized. And then on the back side, your sheet should look like either the top portion or the bottom portion. So if you're choosing health and wellness, it's going to look like the top. And you have 8 open boxes remaining to choose to fill with electives. Or if you're doing personalized health and wellness, it's going to look like the bottom portion, and that leaves you 6 remaining spots for your electives that you're going to choose. If you don't know what a course is and you want to know what it is about, you're going to have access to the Course Handbook. I'm going to send it to you via email as a PDF, and I will also send you a link, and it's accessible on the Lakeview webpage. So if you lose that email, you can always find it on the Lakeview webpage, and I will show you how to do that at the end of this presentation. So the Course Handbook, it tells you the name of the course, it tells you the grade level, and then it tells you how long it is. And then it gives you a description. So like in Everyday Skills, it tells you that you're going to learn about child development, choosemyplate.gov, and you're going to learn to prepare food properly and safely. Or for instance, there are a few new classes. So for instance, Computer Science for Innovators and Makers, it's for 8th graders only. 7th graders do not take this class. So this is a computer science class where you're going to dive deeper into those computer science concepts. There's also focus on business that's open to 8th graders. There is a prerequisite for App Creator, and you'll see this a lot once you get into high school. Some classes build on other classes. So for App Creator, it has a prerequisite, which means that you have to take a class prior to taking App Creator. So you need Intro to Computer Science before you can take App Creator. So if you want to take App Creator and you have not taken Intro to Computer Science, you need to make sure you sign up for both of those classes, so that way you can have that Intro to Computer Science before you take the App Creator class. So the first decision was health and wellness. Now your second decision is for your full year electives. Do I want to take a full year elective or not? You must have 4 consecutive quarters available to take a full year elective. So it is possible to take 2 full year electives, but if you're going to take 2 full year electives, then you cannot take personalized health and wellness and PE. If you want a class like band, choir, or strings, you're going to put an X next to it, and then you are going to write it into the boxes. Kind of like this. So this person chose to take personalized PE. So they have, once they write band in there, then you see that they have 2 open slots for electives. So when they choose their 9-week electives, they're only going to choose 2 electives and their alternates. If you choose health and wellness and a year-long elective, then you'll have 4 quarter electives that you can choose. Notice on here that there is also Spanish 1, French 1, Spanish for heritage speakers, German, and Intro to Ag, Food and Natural Resources. And all of these have this little symbol saying that these are classes that you earn high school credit in. So these are only available to 8th graders. You need to make sure that you are a student that gets A's and B's mostly. You need to be self-motivated. You want to make sure you're a student that does your homework and turns it in on a regular basis. You need to be willing to study because these are high school level classes. They are a little more rigorous than your typical middle school class. So in these high school classes, these grades will go on your high school transcript. So you want to make sure that you're going to do well in them. And in the world language classes, you have to have a B- or higher to go on to like Spanish 2 or German 2. So it's important that you earn those A's and B's in those classes. The other class that you see on here is Advanced Art. And Advanced Art is for 8th graders, and it is a year-long class, so it's all 4 quarters. And to be able to take Advanced Art, you need to make sure that you see Mrs. Keyfaber because it requires an application. If you have had art first or second 9 weeks and you filled one out already, you do not need to fill out another one. You just need to select it on your course selection sheet. So once again, Advanced Art, it is all year. It does require an application, so make sure you see Mrs. Keyfaber if you have not filled that out. 9-week electives. So for the 9-week electives, what we need to make sure, the first thing that you have to do is you need to cross out any electives that you've already taken. So this person has already taken digital design, 3D art, exploring French, and project Lead the Way design and modeling. You also need to go on to Power School, and you can switch it to quarter 4 and look at your schedule, and you can see what classes are you signed up to take next quarter, because those classes will be taken before next year. So if you have exploring French or a FACS class or an art class next quarter, you need to make sure you cross those classes off also, because you cannot take a class your 7th grade year and then repeat it your 8th grade year. You can only take an elective one time. So depending on how many open boxes you have on the back side of your sheet is how many courses you need to number. And then you're going to rank them with the class that you want the most with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to write them on the back side of your sheet, one class in each box. So this person has a computer science for innovators and makers, 2D art, successful living, and exploring German. They have 4 more boxes remaining. They are going to number them 5, 6, 7, 8 and write them in the bottom. So you see Microsoft Academy, Exploring Ag A, Everyday Skills, Automation, and Robotics. On the back side of your sheet, you should have 4 blanks for alternates. So you're going to list 4 alternates by marking them with an A. These alternates are important because if you take, let's say, Advanced Band and Exploring French, and they're offered both 7th period, Exploring French will not be an option for you, and we need to have a backup plan. And it all depends on, what you choose what's able to fit in your schedule. So it's very important that you have these alternates. So this person chose art and motion, music technology, intro to computer science, and medical detectives. This should complete the front and back side of your sheet. So you're going to make sure your name and your social studies teacher's last name and period is on it and that it's legible. You're going to check your email for the links to the course handbook and the presentation, and I will be sending that to you. You're going to make sure that you have completed the front and back sides of the course selection sheet. You're going to take it home and have a parent and guardian sign it. And then you're going to turn it into the main office by next Wednesday, March 3rd. If you turn it in by Monday, at the end of the school day, you will be entered to win an external charger. So take these papers home, have your parents watch the video if they need to, discuss what we talked about in this presentation, talk to your parents about what electives you want to take, and then bring the paper back, turn it into the main office, and then at the end of the day on Monday, right before dismissal, we will draw at least one student's name to win an external charger. Next Thursday and Friday in your social studies class with Mr. Murphy or Mr. Reed, Mrs. Kinney and I will be coming to your class and we will be entering these into Power School. So you definitely want to make sure that you have this done, completed, filled out, and turned in by next Wednesday.